those who saw blindness and not man's possibilities, but Jesus was there. The parents were asked if the man was born blind, but Jesus knew why they were asked. There is more to the story that calls us to hear what Jesus said and did. By listening to the story, we learn at least 3 timeless truths from Jesus as the story is told in the Gospel of John. Number 1, faith works to develop possibilities in others. Faith works to develop possibilities in others. Number 2, faith in those who are different from us is abnormal. It's abnormal to believe or have faith in somebody who is not like you. And there are so many contexts under which we can explain this. And more so, if you know somebody is blind, for you to reach an extent of trusting them. Somebody is deaf, and then you reach to an extent of trusting them or having faith in them. And so we say, faith in those who are different from us is abnormal. So if you have faith in somebody who is different from you, then you are not normal. There is some extraordinary power working through you. Number 3, faith expands possibilities to reach others who are not like us. Let's try to go to the first point. Faith works to develop possibilities in others. John chapter 9 begins not only what the disciples think they see, what they think they see, but also what they don't see. John chapter 9 verse 1 and 2 says, as Jesus went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? We say it was no coincidence that Jesus and his disciples met this man as they were traveling. It was God's plan. Jesus was mentoring his disciples, and this was necessary if they were to be his inclusive leaders when he is gone. They needed to see others differently from the way their culture had told them. Jesus took the initiative in drawing attention to the man who was blind. This was a moment that he would not let pass. Jesus answered, neither this man nor his parents sinned, but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him. As long as it's day, we must do the works of him who sent me. Night is coming when no one can work. While I'm in the world, I am the light of the world. Jesus saw more than the man's blindness. Jesus saw more than the man's blindness. And that was leading his disciples to see. When they see blind people, deaf people, they should not see only that disability. And that's why we're saying Jesus saw more than the man's blindness. Suffering is not always due to sin. That's what Jesus is telling them. And this blindness is not as a result of sin either, in the man or his parents, as the disciples try to indicate. Jesus saw how the works of God could change his life. The night of blindness could be changed and be changed by the light of the presence of Jesus. Light can replace darkness. That's what we are learning. Even as close followers of Jesus, the disciples needed to see differently. And that applies to us also, church members. We know we are also close followers of Jesus. And so we need to see people differently and things differently, because they have a value which is only God who places upon them. They and the Jewish leaders failed to see difficulties as opportunities, challenges and disabilities as opportunities for grace of God to be manifested.